let's take first things first. How have you sort of got back into the youth system after your stint in the first team dugout?
It's not been difficult, John, to be fair, because the staff that remained kept such a good handle on things. John Slater, Paul Arderman, Alan McLaughlin before he jumped up, Mark Kelly, Mark Rochon, Sean Duggan, all the guys in the academy have kept it going and did a fantastic job while I stepped out, shall we say, and went and helped Guy with the first team last year. So no, there's been not too much difficulty whatsoever. It's a change, obviously, going back to coaching the youngsters rather than the first team. But no, that was a decision that I made, and I'll stick by it. So no, I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a conscious decision, so there's no sort of going back.
No, it was. I was very, very lucky that the football club gave me the option of which role that I wanted to take on. And some days I would wake up and it was first team, and other days I would wake up it was academy. But I think anyone who knows me knows that at this moment in time the academy is really close to me, and I truly believe it's a part of this football club that needs to remain, and we've got to get on and do what we've got to do with it and give guys some players in the future, hopefully.
Just briefly going back to last season, with the club in so much turmoil, the under-18s at least, got a bit of silverware. And people are still trying to work out how, but nevertheless, it was a success story.
Winning the league was the icing on the cake. For me, the players playing in the first team and not letting anyone down. And yes, I agree with people that they sometimes played through necessity. Yeah, they did. But the important thing is that when they went on or when they went in to the first team environment, they didn't let anybody down, and they proved that they could do it, which gave us some success. So for me, that was the biggest thing. But then winning the league with the under-18s was the icing on the cake. Do we set out at the start of the season to win trophies? No. Yeah. Do we set out at the start of the season to produce footballers? Yes. But last season we were lucky, we got a bit of both. So to win the league was the icing on the cake, and we won it in peculiar fashion in that we had less points than Leyton Orient, but we played one game less. So when you divided the amount of games up with the points, we came out on top. So we won the league by that way, which my mate at Leyton Orient, Andy Edwards, wasn't too happy, their academy director, but hey ho, that's the way it was. But no, it's nice for the lads. It was great for them. And that Sheffield United game at the end of last season, where we had the euphoria of the new takeover, and what a performance that was from the first team as well. For me, that was a special day in Pompey's history. And for the youth team to be able to go on the pitch at half time and display the trophy was fantastic. And then to have, I think we had 6 academy graduates in the squad that day as well. It was a great day for me all round. That was a real highlight.
Every youth team manager I've ever known says results doesn't matter, but nevertheless results seem to have gone well again at the start of this season. Yeah,
we've done okay. Results don't matter, but they're nice to have. And if we didn't worry about winning and losing, John, you just might not have a score. You just go out and play a game of football and not bother counting the goals. So obviously we do, the results do matter, and getting a winning mentality is important. Not so much at 9s, 10s, 11s, but certainly as the kids get a bit older and come through the system, we start to instill a winning mentality into them, so that when they step out there, they know what's expected of them. If you're winning 1-0 with 5 minutes to go, you need to know how to win a game of football. And so we start to instill that. So results do matter. I wouldn't say that they don't matter. They're just not the priority. The priority is the performance of the individual in the team to try and get players through the system into the first team eventually. And then hopefully, if enough players are doing their jobs, the result comes anyway. But as you always know, sometimes results don't always come with performance. So yeah, but this year they've done okay. We've had 3 league games and managed to win 2 and draw 1. So yeah, we're doing nicely. It's not just the 18s, the 16s have had a very good start to the season as well. I think they beat MK Dons 9 or 10-1 on Saturday. Yeah. Again, the results immaterial. I was there and watched that game, and the performance was very, very good, as you can tell from a 9-1 victory. So generally the results come with the performance. So I'm more interested in the performance of the lads.
Yeah, we have to be conscious when we say how is the youth going. People tend to look at the most senior team, but yeah, you're talking about a whole system.
Yeah, I've got under 9s teams, 10s, 11s, 12s, right the way through. We've got 101 signed schoolboys to the club. We've got a development group of under 7s and under 8s who will start back next week when the guys go back to school. So it's a 10-year journey, John, 12-year journey for some kids. Dan Butler joined this football club as an under 9. And people tend to forget that. He just comes into the spotlight under 18s because the Youth Cup and starting to break into the team. but it's a massive journey for them, and it's a lot of hard work that goes into it, taking them from under 9, under 10 right the way through. Jed Wallace came in as an under 15, 16, so his is a shorter journey, but we pick them up where we pick them up, and then they go in. And but yeah, it's a big operation running the academy, and one I'm loving, I enjoy it. But yeah, it's not just the under 18s. There's the Sunday morning fixtures, there's the evening training that the schoolboys do, there's a day release program that the schoolboys do, and it's pretty intense, to say the least.
And the one noticeable thing is around you you've got the likes of Paul Hardiman, Mark Kelly, Mark Chamberlain, just to name 3, who at one stage disappeared like the Mare Celeste and have all come back, but all Pompey people.
Yeah, that's important. We've recruited, I think, 4 or 5 members of staff now this year. Now, you're not going to be able to get Pompey legends all the time, of course you're not, or ex-Pompey players. That's not going to happen. And the other guys that have come in, Scott Green, Jamie Birch, Ron Smith, there's other lads who have come in as well that Bruce Sarashi will fit into the system. But I think personally, to play here, it takes a certain type of person, and you have to have certain things inbred in you, and to play out there you've got to be a very strong character, and you need a little bit of flavour of Pompey around the academy, not in every position. Like I said, we've got certain players here, coaches here who have played out there and understand what it's all about, and it's important that we have that, so that when they step out on that pitch they know the Pompey way, because that's what it is at the end of the day. You go to another academy and they'll do things totally different to what we do here, so it's important that we have that flavour, that sprinkling of Pompey pros, or Pompey people, shall I say. The manager, he's on that Hall of Fame. Alan Knight working with the first team, Alan McLaughlin working with the first team. It's fantastic. But what I will say is, you've got to be able to do the job. Just because you played for Pompey and are on the Hall of Fame wall, that's not enough. You've still got to be able to put the job through and be able to do the job. And if you can't do it, it's no good. It won't happen. Just because you've played here and got a couple of 100 games under your belt, that's no good. You've still got to be able to see the job through. So if you've got both, happy days. Yeah, which is generally what the guys here have got. But they're fantastic coaches, all of them. And at the moment, it's a nice, happy place to work.